What's up, you guys? So, New York Comic Con is going on today in the midst of me moving, so we have some stuff to talk about here. It's just gearing up, where I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to get some more reveals, but don't quote me on that, could be wrong. But we have some showroom floor images that I want to get into in this video. But first up here, we have the Nemesis Prime, the Armada Universe one that went up for pre-order, or in stock order actually, for Hasbro. Went up first for premium members, and the price is $90. So that's been a bit of a controversy today online in the fandom, which I'll get into further at a later date. But I'll say this, it was originally supposed to be 75, now it's 90, and it is absolutely, I want to say a different R word right now, but I'm going to say absolutely ridiculous. So, this is dumb, and I will not be supporting this. You might as well just get the Fans Hobby version. That figure is, amazing. I was about to say a masterpiece, but it already is a masterpiece figure. So, not getting that. Absolutely ridiculous. But talking about these showroom floor images here, we have quite a few figures. Some of them I talked about briefly last night, but we have some more in-depth images. So first up here, we have Titan Class Grimlock. Definitely not going to be his final coloring. It seems like there's a lot of paint still missing on this prototype, which is understandable. This figure is still 6 months away from release. So, we're going to have to wait and see on that final coloring. But the sculpt and everything looks cool. Him riding Optimus is absolutely epic, and it actually makes me want to get that Optimus figure, even though I don't like the actual mold. Then we had some other stuff on display, like the Constructicons, Nemesis. Then we have HasLab LIOKAISER on display. I talked about this figure when it was first released. It looks decent, but I really don't think it's worth, the HasLab banner and that premium price, and, it being billed as a premium Generations figure. These figures don't look that premium to me. They all have circle jerk jack-off hands. They don't have hand articulation. There's a bunch of hollowness on them. They just don't look that appealing to me. If I were to get a LIOKAISER, it would probably be some third-party offering that just looks way more badass than this. Then they had WHEELIE and Outback on display, which was just revealed a few days ago. These are going to be Walmart retro exclusives, and they look good for what they are. Not characters that I'm too excited about. With the WHEELIE, I'll probably, if I ever get a WHEELIE in my collection, believe it or not, I've never had one. I'm one of those fans that thinks he's a little bit annoying, actually. But if I were to get one, it would be that GDO figure that came out back in 2011. I know he's a bit pricey, but honestly, that freaking jazz mold is worth it, if you ask me. And Outback, I just don't really care about the character. Never really have. But figure looks good for what they're going for. I'm using air quotes here, animated Wreck-Gar. He still looks as awful as he did when he was first revealed during San Diego Comic-Con, so not much to discuss there. Brawl, he's looking pretty neat in hand. One of the better figures in Wave 1 for Age of the Primes 2026. He looks really well done. We have the new Junkion character, Jalopy, which looks cool. Don't really care about the whole weaponizer stuff, never really have. I've gotten a couple of them over time, but, as cool as they are, I just don't really care to spend the extra bucks on them. And then we have a Blastoff, who looks pretty good. His design is a little boring to me from G1. He, a lot of the combiner designs and for the robots, they were never really my favorites from G1. The only ones that I really, really, really liked since I was a little kid has been Devastator, Predaking, and I think that's it for the G1 combiners. I may be forgetting a combiner or two that I like, but Blastoff, he's okay. Just me personally, I don't really care about his G1 design. Then you have Razorclaw, the Peak Universe 2004 repaint. This is one that I will definitely for sure be getting. I've been waiting for a new Razorclaw for about 2 years now since that Tigerhawk was revealed. I'm definitely getting him because that original figure is pretty bad for today's standards, especially with those gorilla arms. So he's a definite buy from Wave 1. Big Convoy, I'm probably just going to be sticking with the 2019 re-release. This figure it looks cool for what it is if you missed out on the re-releases in the original figure, but I just don't really care about this. And then delving into some Studio Series stuff, Alpha Trion still looks mid as ever for a $50 now Voyager class. I don't like that. Wind Charger looks pretty good for what he is. I have my little minor gripes for him, but you know, he looks pretty solid for what they're going for with Deluxe Class. And then you have the Last Night Nemesis Prime repaint, which is looking pretty neat. Again, just not really too big of a fan of the mold. I feel like there should have been a bit more improvements to get the accuracy of the CGI model right at leader class, but it is what it is, you know. I guess they tried with that really humanoid robot mode. And then we have another piece of Peak from Age of the Primes Wave 1 to join Brawl and Tigerhawk. We have Quick Strike, and he looks great. Again, he could be missing some paint apps here and there, but overall the sculpt, the details, it looks like the articulation, all of it looks to be on par. And yeah, I'm probably going to be double dipping in this, considering I already have the Transart Masterpiece version. Sure Shot looks absolutely freaking awful. He looks like he's on the level of Point Blank. Those mushroom pegs showing right on his private parts is probably the ugliest thing I've ever seen since, I honestly don't know, like that really takes the cake for a while in my opinion. And then Quintus Prime, another Peak figure in Wave 1 for Age of the Primes. I probably will be getting this, gotta wait and see, like everything just looks so unique, you know, outside the box thinking on this figure. So is it a he or she for Quintus Prime? I can't remember, but either way, this bot looks really nice. Amalgamus Prime, another piece of Peak for Age of the Primes Wave 1. You know, as many bad figures as there are in Wave 1, there's just as many good figures in my opinion. Amalgamus Prime looks great. I don't know if I want to pay that new Voyager class price tag for 2026, but Amalgamus looks like he's going to be one of the best primes that Hasbro's released in this subline so far. And we have Arachnid from Studio Series, which again looks alright, just not really a character that I think was like done the greatest. But yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see on some reviews. Barricade looks absolutely freaking mid. I've said this a couple times on the channel. I even dedicated a whole video to this a few weeks ago, so not really much to talk about there. Thundercracker is absolutely peak. I may be getting this. I don't know. My plan right now is to just stick with a Masterpiece or a third-party Masterpiece offering for Thundercracker, but this figure is so good that's making me want to double dip in the scales and, you know, the releases with this Thundercracker character. He looks that freaking good. Soundwave looks really good as well, but I don't know. I'll probably just be sticking with some Masterpiece release, honestly, even though I do think this looks fantastic. And then you just had some Lucy's that have already been released over the last few months on display, and that's that. But yeah, guys, that does it for day one for New York Comic Con, the Hasbro booth for Transformers. Let me know down below which of these figures look the best to you guys. And yeah, thank you all for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!